Hi everyone, and welcome back to Maths and Physics, Mrs. Simons. Now video 3 of these 8 videos. Now we're going to be reducing angles that's given to you using the cast rule and the quadrants we've mentioned in the previous video. Alright, so yeah, let's start. So for second quadrant, to reduce the trig ratio of an angle in the second quadrant, we use 180 degrees minus theta. That's the reduction formula. Now remember, theta represents any acute angle. So theta must be less than 90 or greater than 0. So normally you'd say reduce the following or write as acute angles. So given sine 100 degrees, I must get it less than 90. And the 100 degrees falls in the second quadrant. So therefore, in the second quadrant, 180 minus what value would give me 100? 180 minus 80. In the second quadrant, sine is positive. So therefore, sine equal sine 80 degrees positive. So 180 minus 80 is 100. Alright, we don't say 180 minus 100. Seen a lot of learners do that. So please subtract these two values. It must give me the original value. Cos 130, so we need to know 130 degrees falls between 90 and 180. So that's second quadrant. So for second quadrant, we use 180 minus theta. So 180 minus 50 gives me 130 degrees. If we reduce that, cos in the second quadrant is negative, so this becomes negative cos 50 degrees. Alright. Tan 170, so we should know 180 degrees minus 10 would give me 170. 170 is in the second quadrant. If we reduce in the second quadrant, tan is negative, so it becomes negative 10 degrees. Alright. Look at the third quadrant. To reduce trig ratio of an angle in the third quadrant, we use 180 plus acute angle, right? Acute angle again, less than 90, greater than 0. So third quadrant is 180 degrees up to 270. So 245 falls between those two values. So sine 245 falls in the third quadrant. Therefore, we say 180 degrees plus 65 to give me 245. If we reduce in the third quadrant, sine is negative, so that becomes negative sine 65 degrees. Alright, so they have reduced it to an angle less than 90. So it cos 200, 200 falls between 180 and 270, so it's in the third quadrant. So in the third quadrant, we're going to say cos 180 degrees plus 20, because that gives me 200. And cos in the second, or not second, third quadrant is negative, so therefore it becomes negative cos 20 degrees. So I've reduced it from 200 to a acute angle, from obtuse to acute. 3 tan 215 degrees falls in the third quadrant, so 180 plus 35 would give me 215 degrees. If we reduce in the third quadrant, tan is positive, so therefore that becomes tan 35 degrees. Right? Look at fourth quadrant. So to reduce the trig ratio in the fourth quadrant, you use 360 minus theta. Theta is a acute angle, and fourth quadrant is 270 to 360 degrees. So sine 305 degrees is the same as saying 360 minus 55. Gives me 305. But in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative, so therefore it becomes negative sine 55 degrees. Right, cos 320 degrees. 320 falls between 270 and 360, so it's in the fourth quadrant. So 360 minus 40 for the fourth quadrant gives me 320. If I reduce in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive, so it becomes cos 40 degrees. Look at the third problem, tan 345. 345 falls in the fourth quadrant. So that becomes 360 minus 15, which gives me 345 degrees, which then, in the fourth quadrant, tan is negative, so it becomes negative 15 degrees. So it's very important that you get the signs right. So remember, second quadrant, sine is positive. Third quadrant, tan is positive, and fourth quadrant, cos is positive. We need to know this for reduction. Right, I wish you nothing but the best. Thank God that I can give you a lesson that is able to assist you and has blessed me with the ability to help you. If this lesson helped you, please like and subscribe. God bless. Bye.